Good morning. Good morning. Uh, for those of you that are following and watching the videos, I was going to do a countdown every day. I don't want to keep up with that. Uh, Today, I want to share with you my thoughts on sharing goals versus the silent hustle. But first, I was recently told that my patterns are going to be my undoing. Which, whenever we get uh, I don't like the word criticism. Whenever we get input, opinions, because a lot of times my honest opinions about something are taken as critical. I have become very reserved about sharing my opinions, even when they're asked, because a lot of times people don't really want to know the truth. So if if I'm close to you, I'm gonna hold you in a space of trust and honesty. So I'm going to give you my honesty and go from there. Uh, I was also told that my videos are hypocritical. So in these situations, I step back. At first, we all usually we take things, it hits the ego, and it's like, depending on the situation. So when we have time to step back and see, okay, how can I really apply this? The patterns, absolutely. I always say you have to do a pattern interrupt. Because if you're not getting the results you want, whatever patterns you're doing, you have to change. I did that. I do that. But sometimes I get stuck, and I've been stuck in some patterns for a while, and this is one of them. Not being consistent doing my videos, not being consistent doing what I'm thinking up here, which that's what a lot of us do. We have these thoughts up here of things we want to do, and somehow we talk ourselves out of them. Uh, so yeah, that's one of the patterns that I've been trying to change is be more consistent and push through with what I know that's true to me. And I try to stay biased and or unbiased rather in my own situation and back myself out of it. And because even though other people are being honest with you, there's been these I've gone through these programs where they say, ask your closest friends and family what they think of you. And you're supposed to take all that data in because everybody sees you differently, right? And then you have to assess with your own eyes upon yourself versus what everybody else thinks, and try to find the common denominator, say what's true, what's really going on. And this applies, as far as this goes, this applies to everything. Now I get more in detail going forward. I will uh, with health and weight loss on the fundamentaldiet.com. It's also a fan page. And uh, as far as building a business, which I've done, I have many other businesses I'm trying to build and work on. And I'm going to change my patterns to be more consistent sharing that. And that's track this. Yeah. There's an interesting story that I'm going to share over there about attractingprosperity101.com. The Facebook page is Attracting Prosperity on Facebook. It's also at attractingprosperity.org. But uh, it's not 101 on the website anymore for a reason, because the letter I got from my lawyer. But if you want to check that out, I plan on sharing that today. Today I'm wearing my Army Strong shirt. I got my camo pants on because I'm going up to Devil Mills Hopper. It's like a tropical rainforest in Florida. Uh, I've been meaning to go. Drove past it a couple of weeks ago, but couldn't stop because my daughter wasn't feeling good, so I kept going. So I'm going up there today, but I wanted to make this video before I left because part of my patterns is I think about it and I don't do it. So I said, sit down and do it. All right. So sharing goals versus the silent hustle. I've heard both sides, both schools of thoughts, and it gets confusing. You go through this, and this is more. I guess it applies to everything. Uh, Probably a little bit more towards the. I don't know. I guess whatever you're doing, however it applies to you, you can apply it. I know in network marketing that was one of them, or even with weight loss. Some people say, don't tell anybody what you're doing because then they'll talk you down. They'll say, oh, that's stupid and blah, blah, blah. Then some people say, share your goals, set a goal, put it out there, make it known to the world so you can go out and get it. So when you're sitting here and you're not clear, right, personally on what you want, you're like, okay, this guy that is very successful is telling me to put my goals out there, put it out there. This guy that's very successful is telling me, keep it to yourself. Just do your work, put your head down. You don't want people to know what you're doing because you don't want them to talk you out of it and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, which one do I do? Well, in my true fashion, staying true to the yin yang, both are true depending on the situation. So a lot of times, see, different things motivate different people. Sometimes when someone says, oh, you can't do that, or that can't be done, that kind of motivates me to do it. But it's not a strong motivator like it is for some people. So you hear some people that are successful. Well, people always told me I couldn't do it. I have to say, for the most part, I have a very strong support system. I can tell when some people don't agree with me, but they're supportive. They're like, yeah, go for it. There's different levels of support. You have to find what works for you in what situations. That's why I always go back to, clarity, taking time in the morning, meditating on what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Then you have to figure out how do I get it? And there's another side to the how. You're not supposed to know the how, but that's a whole nother video for that. Uh, for me, what really motivates me is seeing other people being successful. And what really motivates me is watching people that I know that are close to me and watching their progress. If I see somebody doing something, whether it's losing weight or working on a business, I'm like, man, they're doing it. I gotta go get it. Usually when you see afterwards, they show, oh, look, I've lost, 50 pounds. And you're like, damn, I didn't know they were doing that. And you kind of feel like, oh, it's too late. And this goes along with my video from yesterday, looking outside yourself and looking inside of yourself. Obviously, we want to be able to get up and say, I'm going to do this. I don't need any help. I don't need any motivation. Well, that's not usually the case unless you're really elevated mentally and you're really enlightened and you have a really strong willpower and discipline and all that good stuff. So sometimes we have to use outside sources. I'm trying to get beyond that, but I know myself and I know that those things help me. So I look for that. I look for people that are being successful, doing the same things. And uh, that's one of my motivations for trying to be more consistent with sharing this here on my weight loss goals on the fundamental diet and my entrepreneur goals on attracting prosperity. Because that's what helps me. So that's what I want to do. So, in in the theory of not being hypocritical, it's kind of like you treat others like you want to be treated. Well, uh, that's kind of what I'm doing, right? I want people to share their videos and their success as they're going, what they're doing. And sometimes it helps to see that other people struggle because it's like, oh, okay, it's okay to struggle, and we all know that. But like I said, we all need different motivations. So I'm curious, what works for you, the silent hustle or setting the goal out there? Me and my buddy, I don't know if we came up with this phrase or if it's from somewhere else, the little boy that cried wolf. we used to say that we were selling wolf tickets because, for years, we're working at the job. We're tired. Oh, this sucks. We're going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And, we start calling each other out. And, yeah, you're selling those wolf tickets. When you going to cash them in, selling ticket. Hey, I'm going to do this. And you never do it. So it's good to have somebody there that kind of helps keep you accountable. And all of us work in different ways. Some people it's like, yeah, come on, keep on going, you can do it. Some people that doesn't work for. Some people it's like, hey, what'd you do today? That's why I've tried to create my accountability groups. That's why mastermind groups are so powerful. Is help them keep each other accountable. So I I have a lot of goals. I'm not going to share if it's a little bit of a plug. If you want to know what my goals are for the fundamental diet for my health and weight loss, you can go over there and check it. My business goals and what I'm doing, I'm going to start sharing more over there on Attracting Prosperity. You can go over there and get some ideas. I can tell you that I have started my own business that pays my bills. I am getting into investing. Future goals are real estate and it's obviously an online business. So, if those are any things that interest you, and you can give me any input, but I'm curious, what helps you? It's setting a goal and putting it out there and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. And then using the fuel of people say, yeah, go for it. And at the same time, using the fuel of people saying, you can't do it or whatever. And again, I'll have to say, I'm very grateful that uh, I haven't experienced that where I have family or friends or even anybody just saying, "Oh, that's a dumb idea. You shouldn't do that." Um, or do you like doing the silent hustle? And what's been successful for you? What's your pattern? What has been working? Because I learned a while back, uh, we do these things, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's great. You're trying. You're trying. You fail, you get up." That's good to a point, but it was kind of put in my face once, and it was an eye opener. It was like, what are your results? Sometimes it kind of doesn't really the end justifies the means, and and I say that in a manner of as long as you're ethical and your intentions are good on to where you're going. So if you have to fumble and fall and you do the silent hustle and you keep it to yourself and you're getting the results that you want, then go for it. Or if, setting goals, put them out there to the public so other people keep you accountable, so people check in with you and say, hey, you said you were going to do this. How's that going? Where are you at with that? Sometimes people get offended. I've had this, that, and the other, and they make excuses. Or depending on the results you want, if you're wanting results, you're not going to make excuses. You're going to say, hey, man, thanks for that little nudge. You know what? I haven't been doing what I need to do. I need to carve out some time to go do what I need to do. Uh, so do you do do you share your goals or do you do the silent hustle? Have an awesome day.